What's up, world? This is We Need the Fifth. This your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Yo, yo, yo.
Got my man P on the line.
What up? What up?
Fellas, WNBA champion has been decided. Las Vegas Aces took the best of five series in four games. Um, did you guys see that last game four? Did you see it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, no, we
you...
were there pretty much for the series. So pat yourself on the back.
Oh, okay.
You get the ace. You pick the ace.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Hill.
P and I was stupid to take the hometown favorites, but we didn't know though that they allowed people to play 5-on-4. So that you got to let us know that the WNBA allows that. I've heard of being liabilities, but Sabrina Nescu gave me a little David Blaine type thing. She was just disappeared for the entire series. One game is fine, but the entire series?
It's tough. Stewie had a bad game four.
Oh, yes. You want to get on the series though. Be fair though. Be fair. She had a bad series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Stewie fan. I was trying to like find bits and pieces to defend her. She did rebound well. You know what I mean? Like even when she had off shooting nights, but when you're that caliber player, you just have to show up. You know what I mean? Like it just is. She had a bad series. She's still one of the all-time greats, or whatever. But she had a bad series. This was like a tragic Johnson 1980, was that 84 situation?
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like just it was a bad series. LeBron 2011, yeah.
And to your point, Pete, it felt like Jonquel Jones was the only one that was playing consistently good for New York Liberty during this series.
Which was surprising to me because the games that I saw through the regular season, I feel like she was having difficulty fitting in. You know what I mean? Like Stewie was doing it. Well, actually, Stewie was an MVP, so obviously she had a good season. Ionescu played well, so I just always felt like she was like the one that had to adjust because she's a former MVP, and at some point it looked like she was like the third option. So yeah, she definitely showed up though. Give her her due, and I'll be honest, I'm looking for it. I hope they run it back next year. I think the WNBA, this might be gold. This might be their magic and bird.
Yeah, and I was just about to ask that, Pete. You must be a mind reader, because I was going to ask: is this the WNBA's version of Magic and Bird developing between Breanna Stewart and A'ja Wilson?
I'm sure the WNBA hopes so. I think basketball fans hope so.
Right. I mean, you don't want a Buffalo Bills situation either. That the Liberty is going to keep coming back and you're just going to lose first. I mean, you got to give me. I'll take one.
Let's speak. We speak about New York Liberty. Can we put our stamp on this now? A'ja Wilson is the best women's basketball player in the world right now. Can we put our stamp on that?
Now, yeah, absolutely. I mean, she is on a path to be an all-time great. Okay. If not the greatest, if she continues with this, we're talking 3 seasons or 2 seasons? 2 seasons? Back-to-back champion?
I would say
2 defensive players of the year awards, just throwing that out there, and 2 finals MVPs.
Yeah, I would say today, of course, she should walk around like she's the best. But I mean, and I'm ring counting, to be honest. So to me, her and Stewie's, that's why I would say I want to see one run it back. They both got 2. I need the rubber match.
You got to stop this train because I mean, Chelsea Gray is going to get healthy. You know what I mean? So there are parts of this team. Then Candace Parker will be back.
Yeah.
So it's like this train is only going downhill, and counting championships, it just adds. Asia's done enough to put her stamp on, so now she's just ring collecting. No matter how it's done, it's going to be pretty much a Russell thing because she led this team to win the championship the past 2 years. The story will be told that she collected rings, no matter how it's done. I don't care if she gives you 15 and 5 for the next 10 seasons. If she collects rings, she's Bill Russell.
Yeah, no, I agree with, I think they're both all-time greats. I think, like, I know you said like she's on her way. I think she's there. But I agree with you. It's kind of like, okay, how far is she gonna take it? And to me, that's the most interesting for both of the players. Like, to me, they're both all-time greats. The Aces look like they're just on a, what's the record? Rockets got 4 in a row. Was that 4 in a row they did?
Yeah. Comments. Yeah.
Comments.
The comments, yeah. So, yeah, I think that's possible, to say the least.
Yeah. But hey, congratulations to the Aces. Well done, and Asia, and always give my props to Dawn Staley. I love her. So
yeah, that's
the fruits of the fruits of your trees that you're planting are starting to fall, and it looks great.
Yep, absolutely.
And give props to Becky Hammond. First 2 years of coaching in the WNBA as a head coach, and she gives you 2 championships.
Yeah, that's pop. That's pop. I mean, Asia helps, but yeah.
Chelsea Gray and Plum.
That's pop. Yeah, absolutely.
But definitely, and I think if she continues winning like this, some will argue that hey, she deserves a look or consideration for the NBA.
Maybe it can't be as bad as some of the coaches that's there now.
Yeah. Hey guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you think. Did you guys get a chance to watch the WNBA finals? Do you think Asia Wilson is turning out to be the best player in the WNBA? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, we get real close. Real close. What's today? The 21st? I think we got 4 days left before the start of the season.
Or 3.
What season might you be asking? The NBA season. I know you guys are excited, just like I'm excited. I want to talk about our way too early predictions, but who are going to be those playoff teams? Who are going to be those teams that's going to be contending for a championship this year? We all chose 10 teams apiece for each conference. Yes, P, 10 playoff teams.
Reluctantly, but we did it.
And I was real shocked to see some choices, but where do we want to start off? Let's
start the East. Let's start the East. Let's start the East.
Let's start in the East.
Danger! Shout out to Blase.
Definitely shout out to Blase.
P, can we get the graph up?
It should be quite interesting. There we go. Now we talking.
All right. As everybody can see now, we got Bucks and Celtics. Everybody across the board picked that as the first 2 teams in the East. Then that's where we start different.
God love this. It's good.
Hill, you have the New York Knicks at the number 3 spot.
What did they finish last year? 4 or 5?
I believe
they
4.
5.
I believe it could have been 5. I know they played the Cavs. That was the 4-5.
Right, and that was my whole difference.
Oh, they were 4. Yeah, you're right, P.
And that's the reason why I switched it, because they beat them.
Okay.
So that was my thoughts of that. I just think the Knicks are a better team. I think Cavs are a more talented team, but I don't think they're able to put it together. So I went with the Knicks. That was the only reason for that swap off. And I like. Well, I guess that was my choice on the 3. So I'll let you run it down there, moderator.
P 76ers.
Embiid, pretty much. Embiid, I believe they finished 3rd last year. I know the harder thing is up in the air, I know, but
I mean, and that's kind of what kind of shaded my opinion on where they were going to end up. I think this Harden fiasco is going to have an effect on the team.
We'll see. I mean, P's banking on Embiid, though. I like that.
Yeah, it's quite possible. You know, I'm an Embiid guy, so I went with the Sixers. But you know, wait, I see Hill got them at 8th. You got them at 6th.
Because I don't think him and Terrence Mann going to be able to do it. I don't think him, Terrence Mann, and Maxey are going to be able to do anything. So yes, I got them at 8. That train's going through.
And that's fair. Like I'm not, you know, because to me it's Bucks, Celtics, and then I had to fill it in. Like I had to fill in the other 8 teams. Yeah.
I chose the Cavs because I felt, to Hill's point, that they were a really talented team that just didn't have that chemistry yet to be an elite team. I think they take another step toward that, and that's why I got them at the 3.
Pretty fair. It's fair.
Hill, you got the Cavs at the 4.
Yes, and pretty much piggybacking what you were thinking. I'm thinking full training camp, get the gel, and they get it right some way, somehow. The issue with me with the Cavs is their point guard situation. I think they have 2 really good point guards, and I would prefer they had a defined one. You know what I mean? So, like to me, they have 2 really good point guards and 2 exceptional 2 guards. I think either one of them could play the 2. So I don't know how that dynamic works out. If they take a step forward, then they actually could be a little higher. So we'll see. The Cavs is an interesting one. I put a star by them because if they can get it right, I have them maybe coming out the East. So I'll leave that one.
P, you got the Heat at 4, and I think you got the Heat rated highest of all of us.
They made the finals for one. I know they lost a couple of plays for free agency, but they are getting healthy Tyler Hero back. So that was my rationale.
I have the Knicks at the 4th spot. It's basically where they were at last year, but I think they'll be in the top 4 teams. I think with Brunson's and Hart's involvement with the World Cup, FIBA basketball championships, or with the tournament, that'll help develop their game and take them to another level. Yeah, and I see them as a top 4 team, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Villanova Knicks, right? Villanova Knicks.
Villanova Knicks. They got what's the 3rd guy?
DiVincenzo.
The Michael Jordan of Delaware. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Villanova Knicks and Villanova, Hill, you got the Nets at the 5 spot with Mikal Bridges.
Right? Yeah, my man Bridges. Yeah. Nets are a good team. Solid team. And I think they'll be winning a little bit more close games than before, and it's less stress with their expectations. So I think they play better. They're a scary team, more defensive and gritty minded. Bridges, Dinwiddie, Ben is back in the mix. So we'll see. And I like the Nets. It's a solid pick.
Yeah, I agree with the Nets. It's funny. I was thinking Dinwiddie and Bridges of how they finished so strong last year. I forgot about Ben Simmons. Like if he just gives you regular Ben Simmons, nothing, nothing crazy. They could get. I got them at 7, and I think they could be higher than that. You know,
Mhm.
they're just a good. This is a good solid team. They remind me of the Cavs. Actually,
Solid.
they're just a
Solid.
good solid team. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nothing flashy. Ball in the hoop. You found out you lost at the end.
Mo, you obviously disagree.
And know what? Now that I hear you guys talk about why you chose the Nets in your lineup, I think if I had to do this list over, they'd probably be the one team that I would add and take one of my top 10 off. But hey, too late for that. P, you got the Knicks at the 5 position.
Yeah.
So you
A
think
lot
they're gonna go down a level?
possibly. Like I'm honestly 3 through 10. I think you could just put them in a hat and pick them out. To be honest.
Mm.
You know, I know that's not, you know, the best for like a, you know, for this conversation. You want to argue and pound the table, but yeah, you know, the Knicks are they're a good team. Are they're you know, that much better than say the Nets or the Hawks or the teams I have under? Not really. I'm going off of what they did last year. Like I said, I got the Sixers over them because I think Embiid would be the best player on the court anytime they play the Knicks. The Heat proved what they could do. They still got Coach Spo and playoff Jimmy over there, so I got them ahead of them. But yeah, I think the Knicks, you know, even if they get home court advantage, they could slip into that 4-3-3 slot. But yeah, I'm comfortable with them at 5.
I have the Heat at 5. I feel with a healthy team coming back for the most part, the Heat is a top 6 playoff team. But I feel that I couldn't put them in the top 4 because I feel that the Cavs, like I said before, with their talent, I think they take another step toward being consistently excellent. Also with the Knicks, I think with Hart and Brunson's experience in FIBA this year, they take another step forward. And that becomes a more contentious series, Knicks versus Heat. Yeah, and I have them at 5, middle of the pack. Jimmy Butler and Spo, that'll get them into the playoffs, and they can start making noise from there. At the 6th spot, Hill, you have the Heat.
I think I kept them out the last 2 years. Not this year. It's not. It's probably the year they probably don't make it. But I've seen enough of Jimmy buckets. Bam. I don't know what else they bring to the table. I mean, you said heroes back, B. Agreed, but they find a way. They get the most cheap wins I've ever seen a franchise do. You know, I mean, they just don't make sense. When you find that you turn on a box score and then you look at it at the end of the game, the Heat won 98, 93, 90, 88, 81. You know what I mean? They find ways to just do it. So I'm not going to keep them out of playoff mix this time. I really don't have any better analysis on why I pick them. I usually love to keep them out of this mix, but I can't.
And I think this year, to your point, Hill, I think this year they're going to be playing with a little chip on their shoulder between Tyler Hero coming back healthy and saying, "Hey, I could have made a difference in how things turned out last year," and also to show the fans of Miami, this is why the organization kept me, or this is why I'm still here.
But the pieces that I said would be the reason why they don't make the playoffs got them to the finals. They lost most of those pieces.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense how they should be back here on this list for me. Losing those pieces, I would think, so what? But
Coach Spo, man. Coach Spo.
Yeah, and I can't go against them. Like I said,
Coach
literally,
Bo and Jimmy.
listen,
That's
there
all
should
you
be
need,
no way
man.
they should be in the league, let alone my page, but they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'm just going off because it's what I've seen for the past few
Yeah,
years. I'm not even going off like the talent on the team at all. I'm just going off Coach Spo and Jimmy, basically. That's it.
wow.
P, you got the Cavs at the 6th spot.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm saying this for all of them. Yeah. If you want them at 5, I really, yeah, 5 for 4, cool. Even if they could go as high as 3, I know you got them at 3. I just, I don't know. I just feel like they're just the middle of a pack team because this is a team that they lost in the first round last year. So again, they're a good team, but I don't see much that separates them from the Nets.
I have the Sixers at 6, and I'm probably giving Embiid too much respect in this pick, and why I have him at 6.
Mm.
I really think this Harden mess is gonna mess with their team, and yeah. But 6, like I said, I'm giving a lot of respect to Embiid and his talent and what he's able to do. So I'll keep them at 6.
That's a lot of respect, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm hoping that part of me is thinking that he's going to take this stuff that's going to happen with Harden and take it kind of personally and play with a chip on his shoulder like he played last year. You know, I think in majority of the games that he's going to play with the teams that we have in the top 5, it's going to be a 50-50 split on whether or not that's going to be enough. I think with the top 2 teams, that's not going to be enough. With the 3 through 5, yeah, maybe. So I'll give him that respect. Hill, it seems like the only good choice you made besides the top 2 is the Hawks at 7. We agreeing on this, right? What's going on?
I think Trey takes a step forward. He's hurt a lot. They made some moves. I think he wants to prove why they should keep him there and why they moved John Collins out of there. You know what I mean? I was always the thought of he was the chip to be moved. So he has a lot to prove to me this year. Shante Murray, I'm there for him. And just a typical type Quinn Snyder type team. He's going to make the playoffs. He's going to be middle of the pack. And they're probably going to lose in the second round. I give them the first round, but this is just what Quinn Snyder does. So they'll just be good enough. And I usually have them in that 11 spot, but they'll post some wins.
P, you got the Nets at 7.
Yeah, I was a fan of Mikal Bridges on the Suns and Dinwiddie on the Mavs. They played well together. I just think they're a good team. It's like I said earlier, they're just a good team. This is out of all the teams, I think this is probably as far as they go. Like other like Cavs and Knicks may go up a notch, but I think the Nets, I like them at the 7th seed.
And see, Hill, I'm kind of on the opposite. I'm not a real big fan of Trae Young. I feel he's really inefficient and doesn't give any effort on defense. And I feel the Hawks will get into the playoffs in spite of his deficiencies. And to your point, may win that first round, but will be a second round knockout.
Well,
I think
technically, you both got them getting to the second round. You do realize they'll be playing the Celtics, according to you guys. So really, this is a first round and out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see them getting to the second round.
They gotta play the playing games, right?
Oh,
at 7 and 8.
Oh,
Played
that's
the
tough.
9 and 10, right?
Yeah.
So getting in is the second round. Okay.
Correct.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the format, P. What do you want me to tell you?
moving along. Moving along.
Right.
Pardon me.
It's
Pardon me for trying to correct you guys. You guys were right. I'm wrong. I'm stuck in the 2010. I'm stuck in the 2010 somewhere.
Oh man.
it's the format. I mean,
They made it to the second round, for goodness sake.
yeah, so they'll beat the Pacers and the winners of the right.
You guys are right. You guys are right.
Okay.
Hill, Hill, you got the Sixers at 8. And I kind of like them at this position more than I like them at the position I have them at.
Right.
So, explain what your thoughts was at them at 8.
With that albatross, it's gonna be impossible for them to keep him. He's gonna leave. He's not gonna stay there, and he's not gonna play until he's traded. So what you're looking at is gonna be the additions are gonna be probably Terrence Mann. You already got Pat Bev. You got Mo Bamba, and you have Kelly Oubre.
Oh God.
So
I'm gonna have to change my picks.
Embiid is pretty much setting it up to where he's actually looking towards he's going to make it. I don't think Philly's going to be able to keep Embiid.
Yeah,
this is what y'all have given me. I mean, any other time Embiid would say we don't need him. He went hard against Ben. He's jovial when it comes to Harden, which means I feel like he is the next one to take that express bus out of there. James is busy, or maybe James just forgot what day it is. He's no animosity to what James is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think he's fine just playing his way, throwing up stats, and then he'll say, at the time, he's going to chirp and say, listen, I want out. So they should be looking towards doing a rebuild now, getting what you can get for James, and think about rebuilding and getting a whole boatload for Embiid. He's not staying with this mess. Oubre, Pat Bev, Mo Bamba, Danny Green, Montrezl Harrell. You got Harrell between Harrell, Pat Bev.
Oh my God.
Tobias Harris.
You got a team of goons, really, that you putting around this guy, and he's in the business of winning championships. It's skill talent that you're gonna need. You have to put around him. You need James Harden. And you need other people with James Harden for him to be competitive. So
you don't believe in Maxey and
no, you need
and Tobias Harris.
In an ideal world, the Philadelphia 76ers have shored up their bench. And you need to start in a 5-round Embiid, starting with James Harden, Embiid, and you need 3 other players to do that. Maxey should come off the bench. Tobias Harris should come off the bench. Montrezl Harrell probably shouldn't even be in the league. Pat Bev shouldn't be in the league. Mo Bamba probably shouldn't be. These people he's going to war with these guys. At the best, you're saying that their bench is somewhat short up, having Oubre coming off the bench, Tobias off the bench, Pat Bev off the bench, and Maxey off the bench. Terrence Mann is probably going to start for them. Yeah, or Maxey might start now. How they do it, however it looks, is just they're in bad shape. I don't like the Sixers at all, but just out of what Pete said, out of respect for Embiid, I got him in the 8th with possibility losing in the first round to either the Pacers or the Raptors. I don't have them good. It's a tough season for me with Philly. I have a first round knockout.
Okay.
Either way, the play-in, they're out. But if they play the Bucks, they'd be out either way. Either way you want to do this. Double playing, I don't care who you got on day after that. They're not betting the Raptors, they're not betting the Pacers. So, but out of respect for Embiid, I have him at 8. That's my reason.
P, you got the Hawks at 8.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You guys actually have the Hawks higher than me. Yeah, I mean, I think Trae Young and Murray are a good duo. Yeah, I think they're like as I'm saying they're a good duo, but they're basically a mediocre team. This is where they're at.
I got the Pacers at the 8th spot. Figure with a healthy Miles Turner, with some of the young players, they can surprise some teams and possibly get one of those lower 3 playoff spots.
Yeah, Pacers, you both surprised me. I mean, Halliburton had a good season last year, but besides that, hmm, it's possible though. It's possible.
All right. At the 9 spot, Hill, you got the Raptors.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, you talk about collection and talent that's all mid, but or like
Mm.
slightly above mid. It would be them all good. I mean, only bad thing Scotty Barnes tweaked his knee last. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah,
No.
at the
Yeah,
end of the
Barnes
game,
got
it's like,
yeah. So that was
Mm.
um
If they don't have him, it's a problem.
more yes and no. If they have him, I mean, we all have him with the playing game, counting he was there. So if they do or they don't, I still think they'll end up being there. I mean, they just have that type of squad of listen, they added Schroeder. That'll help them when the point guard started losing Van Fleet.
Van
So you
Fleet.
added Schroeder. Rookie, you added Grady Paws.
Mhm.
You got who else in there? You got Marquise
Brown.
North you added on. OG, of course, Pascal Siakam, Gary Trent, even Jalen McDaniels.
It's a solid team.
Yeah, no, it's all around the board. If they had the talent they put together, counting Scotty Barnes, they should be up there in top 3.
Yeah, I feel like an ugly American. I feel like them and the Nets are the same thing. Like I think it's like maybe got something against Canada. Like yeah. Siakam,
Yeah, simple.
Siakam Barnes. Yeah.
P, you got the Bulls at the 9 spot.
Yeah. Same thing. Barnes, Siakam, Levine, DeRozan, Young, Murray, was this Dinwiddie, Bridges. I think the East has some solid duos, but as a team, I just think they're mediocre. And I think most of it is on the defensive side of the ball. That would keeps them from going to the next level.
Okay.
These particular duos, with the exception of Murray and Bridges, of course.
Just stayed away from them. I do not mess with them at all. Stay away from Chicago.
I got the Raptors at the 9 spot. Hill, this is kind of my proof positive that there's hope for you. We got like 4 picks in common, so sooner or later we're gonna get right on the same wavelength, and you're gonna get right with your basketball life. But I agree with you. They just have a solid team, talented individuals. They can get at it on the defensive end, and that's always going to help you win games. And I think they'll be able to win enough games to get into the playoffs. Now, what they'll be able to do once they get in the playoffs, that's anybody's guess. Hill, you got the Pacers at the 10th spot, last spot in the East.
That was pretty much FIBA. Ty Halliburton stepped up to me, showed me quite a bit. Also, my all turnaround teams from defensive nothingness. I mean, all defensive plays and nothingness on offense, being in Lou Dort. I added Bruce Brown to that mix, who actually got better. So Lou Dort is actually more offensive, and so is Bruce Brown. Helped him out for the championship for the Nuggets, added to them. You give me Buddy Hill. You give me Miles. Nembhard. This is a solid team.
P, you got the Raptors at the 10th spot.
Yeah, I mean, we glossed over them already. They just need size. They need height. Like I don't know who's their center or power forward. Like Siakam and Barnes, like they're 4 and 5. Like I think that's the issue.
Chouet.
Yeah.
Who?
Boucher. You got
Okay.
Boucher, you got a Chue.
Yeah, they're all like 6'9", 6'10". You know, it's I just think they need more height.
I got the Bulls at the 10th spot, and this is probably the one team that I probably would take out and put the Nets in for this spot. But I chose the Bulls initially because I felt DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine coming back healthy with Caruso, they'll be more effective on the defensive side of the ball. DeMar and LaVine, you know, they can get buckets, and they'll be able to scratch their way into the playoffs.
No way. No way. Just no way. Even with Vucevic with them too. And I ask you too, Raptors got Jake Pirtle too. They got Jalen McDaniels and Jake Pirtle.
Yeah,
San Antonio and Jake Pirtle.
They're good at 10. If you keep telling me more plays, I might go with the Pacers at 10. But yeah, they're good at 10.
I can't take the Bulls to save my life, bro.
I think they're the same thing as the Hawks. And the
No,
Nets.
no. Oh God.
Like LaVine and DeRozan good buckets. Vucci man is solid down low. After that, it gets a little thin. After that, I ain't gonna hold you. It's a little thin.
Hey guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. What do you think about Eastern Conference top 10 picks? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Now, fellas, now we earn our checks.
Meat and potatoes, I was told.
This is whoo, the Western Conference. I feel like this is a murderer's row. And wow. Yeah. Let's get started. At the number 1 slot, Hill, Pete, y'all both chose the Nuggets, the returning champs. I chose the Lakers. I felt that the Lakers have some solid additions. Plus, Austin Reeves, I like his development, especially after FIBA. I feel we have a motivated Anthony Davis. If he can stay healthy, this Lakers team should be able to cause some damage in the West. So what was your thinking on the Nuggets at number 1?
For one, they won a championship with Michael Porter having one of his worst offensive outputs ever. Okay. So the chance for him to get better, no question. And where he left off that offensively, he picked up defensively, which was good. But offensively, Christian Braun took that offensive assignment off of him. So he's getting another year getting better. So I like Braun and Michael Porter to have just another year of experience and getting better, with Joker being the anchor of all anchors, and Jamal, if he doesn't get hurt, this should just be business as usual for the Nugs.
P, you got the Nugs at number 1 too.
Yeah, they after what they did to the Lakers and the Suns last year, I think I like the move that the Lakers did, but I don't think it's enough. I think it'll probably be a more competitive series than it was, because it wasn't very competitive, to be honest, last year. I just like I think they just they won. Well, obviously they won the championship. I just think all things considered, I think they're the best team in the West.
I think they take a little step back. I think there's a big difference between being going hunting and being the hunted. And when teams focus on trying to beat you in your game, in their arena or stadium, whatever the case may be, is their championship game. And they're looking like beating you is the next best thing to winning the championship. I think they just take a little bit of a step back with that type of attention on their team. Hill, you got the Suns at the number 2 spot.
Watching preseason Durant, it's just prayers he doesn't get hurt because he's automatic water. They shored up their inside presence, which was happy to see with Nurk and Drew Eubanks. So they're bigger than I thought. Down low, pause. But from an offensive standpoint, with Beal, Durant, and Book, they should be drugging teams. I mean, so that's why I have the Suns up there. And from a defensive standpoint, I was looking for that nasty element, which every team has. And on the back end, they have Damon Lee and Grayson Allen, two of the dirtiest players in the league.
Yeah.
You need that.
And for me,
on a championship team to mellow out the whole type of thing. So I think if they're healthy all around, they have enough at center and nastiness in defense. And I'm looking on the side, I'm like, yo, who's this guy hitting corner ball threes? I was wondering about the point guard. I'm watching Eric Gordon bring it up, which I'm hopefully they're not going to lean on, but he's put it up the court. So once they get into a half court set, they have enough players to really make it work, So I was scared about that from a point guard's perspective, but they might not need it. So I just think they have a lot of firepower and just an even kill team. So I'm happy the way the Suns actually rounded out that lineup. That's not even including Bobo. So we'll see how that's put together. So they shocked me. And so there's some nice trades late to make that team look good. So that's why I got them at 2.
Okay, see, great minds think alike. I definitely dittos your remarks on them. Pretty much the same thing. P, you got the Lakers at 2.
Yeah, they coming off the Western Conference Finals against the Nuggets. They add Christian Wood, which people were really down on. I thought he was like the third best player on the Mavs. So I don't know, but I think the combination of him and Anthony Davis, if they could play together on a switch off on Joker. So yeah, I mean they got LeBron and AD. It just comes out to help for the Lakers to me. Can LeBron and AD stay healthy?
Okay. Hill, you got the Kings at 3.
Yeah, happily.
So you believe in the beam out in Sacramento?
Big time. I love the top 3 as even possibly coming out of there. 4, I'll be shaking. We'll get to that. They added Duarte, so he's not having that much on the space. They added Duarte. Keegan Murray he owns Summer League. Keegan Murray's just a good player. De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, and Huerta, Barnes. I mean, that team straight down. That's going to be a tough place to win. So Kings, I want to go higher with the Kings, but I just didn't have enough cojones to put them up there.
Okay. P, you got the Warriors at 3.
Yeah, oldie but goodies. Steph, Clay, Draymond.
Okay. And I think you got them rated higher than all of us, and have them in the top 3.
Yeah.
I
have song.
I have the Nuggets at 3. Like I said, I think the champs take a little bit of a step back, but not too much. They still in the top 3. I think they lost some of their defense, with I think Brown leaving and some other role players, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, I still think that they'll be a top 3 team. Hell, you got the Lakers at 4. I'm surprised at this.
If it's well, you thought I have them higher or low?
Yeah, I thought you have them a little bit higher. I thought they made really good moves.
No way. No shot.
Oh, you don't know by now?
I thought they made excellent moves. I thought they made terrific moves. I see the gleam in that guy's eyes playing with these new toys that he has. Pause. You cannot, by no means, allow yourself to get caught up in having him have the ball and running his team. By no means, please. If you want the Lakers to go far and have them up in the top 3, keep the ball out of LeBron's hands, for God's sakes. I'll put them at 4 in spite of him. I think they have a really good team.
What?
AD gave 4 blocks in like 2 minutes.
Who let Bayless Whitlock Jr. in the
Mo,
chat?
Mo, I don't know how you know. Hill is the biggest Laker fan / hater, Laker hater ever. I don't know. We won't get into his thoughts of Magic Johnson, but you know.
Please.
This is one of the best facelifts of any NBA team in the offseason. Pelinka did an excellent job. He's going to hype and moan when AD gets hurt, and that lull will go through him running the team. They have a team in which they can play without him and win without him. I love the way that D'Lo's playing. Straight off of FIBA, AR is back to usual, and inside the paint, that's going to hurt the Pelicans, and that's I don't know why they let him go. I mean, watching AD, him, and Christian's a little soft down low, but Christian's is pretty decent. But
work in progress.
No, I love the Laker team. I just got to see how their coach, put it that way. I have an issue with one player, and I was told he's the greatest of all time. So.
All right, moving on.
That's what
P, you got the Suns at 4, man.
Yeah, this is the first, to me, stretch, kind of like Nuggets, Lakers, Warriors. I'm going on what I've seen. The Suns is going on what I think they can be. We know, well, obviously we know with Durant and Booker, but what can Bill do in meaningful games? Bobo, this is your chance. Like I've been a Bobo fan, but I feel like this is his chance to really, validate himself as an NBA player. So this could be his final, instead of just bouncing around from team to team. I like to pick up Yusuf Yurchik down low. Yeah, and I think Katie, Book, and Bill, just that 3-headed monster in the offense alone will keep them in most of their games. My concern is that, like anyone else, that their depth in their defense.
I got the Kings at the 4 position. Hill, to your point, I like this team. I like the way they're composed. I think they're among the young and upcoming teams that's waiting for their chance to be the Nuggets or the Milwaukee Bucks as far as getting a championship for their organization. But I think the top 3 teams will just be too much for them, and they'll basically play the gatekeepers. And until the Sacramento Kings are able to make that next step, whether you call it chemistry or just taking it to another level as a unit, until they reach that, they won't get past the top 3 in my mind. Number 5, Hill, you got the Thunder.
Oh yeah, take him
at the 5.
Absolutely, take a nice little step. Healthy Chet. You got Jalen, the law firm. Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
With all those players, you push players like Lou Dort and Trey Mann, who had runs last year that held them down, back in the fold. I mean, this is just a murder's row of talent, from which I think they'll be in the mix.
P, it looks like you got the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
At 5?
Definitely the Grizzlies. I know people are cutting down on them because John Morant is gonna be out, but you gotta remember they win a lot of their teams without him. So that didn't really deter me from picking them as high as I did. So yeah, to me they're just the same team. I think it's just that the Suns got better, and I just think the Warriors, Lakers, and Nuggets have just always been better. So yeah, 5.
I got the Warriors at 5. I think they'll go through a little growing pains with the addition of Chris Paul. Um, that's part of the reason why I don't have him cracking my top 3 or top 4. I think they'll grow through a growing pains as Steve Kerr figures out how he wants to utilize him, either as a starter or off the bench. And depending on their relationship and how sensitive Chris Paul is to being a starter or being willing to come off the bench, we'll see how long that process takes. I know they only tried it once, I believe, in preseason so far. So, Hill, you got the Spurs
Hello.
at the 6th spot. Wow. Okay. I think you're the only one that has them in the playoffs at this point.
Okay.
All put all in.
So you're pushing all in on Wembanyama.
What? Oh, he won like 20 games last year. You think I would? Why else would I not pick them because of that? Yes, I do. Sure, absolutely. Wemby is simply the truth for me. Absolutely.
I mean, if we were talking about this off the air, you don't have any concerns about Wemby right now?
Yes.
No concern.
His mortality. His mortality. If he's not alive, then I'm concerned he won't be able to put up the stats that I think he's going to put up. But if he's breathing, no. Simply mortality. That's it. I mean, to be fair, all jokes aside, his tank. I mean, the kid is young, and I saw him huffing and puffing on the floor over there. He's 19, so
that's what me and P were talking about before we started this show. Like, that's one of my concerns about.
I didn't like that. So I mean, Pop got to watch his minutes, but he should be able to run like a gazelle at that age. So it's a little concerning. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. But I mean, I saw this man block threes, so he's gonna be up there and block like I don't know what. Rebounding, sure, crash a little bit more.
I need him to get double digits in rebounds.
But
he can't average 5 rebounds a game, yo.
Nah, it's preseason. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen whatsoever. But I agree, he cannot do it. None whatsoever. I think they really release the Kraken now on regular season, and they have players around them. Hey, listen, Johnson and Vassell beside him just no running them no scrubs either though. So he has them out.
Yeah, they are better than I thought.
Right.
They are better. I mean, they I don't have them in the playoffs, but but they are better than I thought. Like I think they're probably ahead of schedule than what I thought as far as them being championship contenders.
And let the record reflect. I could have took a softball and had them scratching the playoffs at 10 or not. No,
six is bold. That's not even the so-called play.
Yeah, no playing.
The second round, I guess. I don't know.
Pete, you have the Kings at 6, the lowest of us. What was your thoughts?
I looked at them like what the Grizzlies were 2 years ago. In my eyes, some teams, I wonder who's their general manager because they have people on there that can't play. Grizzlies and now the Kings, to me, it's like 1 through 12, 1 through 15, they all could play. You know what I mean? So I think for them, it's more like a strength in numbers type of thing. They might be more talented teams, but 1 through 15, they're as talented as anybody in the league.
Okay. I got the Thunder at 6. I think to Hill's point, I think this is a really talented group of young players. and SGA. I think he's due to take the next step. He's already on that superstar track. I think he's one of the more underrated stars in the league today. I think with a healthy Chet Holmgren, he's going to be able to add defensive punch as far as commitment to defense on that end, and also he can spread the floor as well. And I think this team is going to be one of those teams that you don't want to meet in the playoffs. They'll take you to the limit. So, hell, you got the Clippers at 7.
Yes. I'm anticipating a big 3. I mean, I got Harden, I got Kawhi, and you're gonna give me Paul George. So that's enough to get them to the playoffs. That's it. That big 3, and looking to make noise.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. P, you're at the Thunder at 7.
Yeah, same thing as the Kings, like I just said. They what the Kings were last year, but it's this year. You know, one through 15, they collected a lot of young talent, and I expect for it to like SGA has arrived already. It's just waiting for the other players like Giddey, and Chet and Dort to improve. So yeah, it's just a good young team, but they're not ready to contend for a championship yet. But I think they'll be a playoff team this year.
I got the Pelicans at 7. They tell me Zion is in better shape this year. He's been able to play in the preseason. I'm counting on him staying healthy. If he stays healthy, I believe 7 is the least they should be able to achieve. They could possibly be a top 4 team, but that's all banking on Zion staying healthy.
No, me and Pete didn't even sniff the Pelicans. Boy.
Yeah, you're hoping he stays healthy. I've already lost hope. That's basically what it is. I wish him the best. He's a talented player. I hope that that he is talented, but that he does stay healthy. But I'm going with what I've seen.
I don't think it's healthy. I just don't think he wants to play basketball anymore. I think he loves his life, the money that he's assessed. He's enough. He's made generational wealth already. I don't think he's loving basketball.
To be frankly, we see this all the time. Like, he was supposed to be, one of the chosen ones, one of the next ones. Well, we got Wemby, we got Anthony Edwards, you got SGA. I feel like he's just, people are on to the next.
Okay, that's a big statement right there. Hill, you got the Warriors at 8.
Full disclosure, I try to get to P later. I want to put the Mavs there. I don't want the Warriors in it.
Ooh,
I mean, to be fair, full disclosure.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Super Heat, he'll attest to it. I don't even want the Warriors in it.
Typo.
Enough. I said, listen, Chris Paul, you're totally different from them. It's not even about style. The Warriors just aren't good. It's in style. It's in if he'll play with them. He slows it down. I don't think the Warriors are that good anymore. Klay Thompson is about 75 years old. The Warriors are a bad team. And the thing that they needed the most, i.e. John Collins, height down low, they needed to bulk up their height. Looney's just not going to do it. Any skill big's going to eat Looney alive. So they needed Collins. They either Collins or they got the wrong guy from Phoenix.
Yeah.
That guy went to Portland. They didn't get that big.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that wasn't the play.
If not Collins. So I don't like the Warriors on this at all. All the fans in respect to their championship runs. So, but I have to go with it. I have them at 8. Good luck. I hope they do better. I love Steve Kerr. I love Curry's my guy. But watching Klay out there is hard to watch. So,
Pete, we both got the Clippers at 8. What was your thought?
Can they stay healthy? And that's it.
Yeah.
Paul
Yeah.
George and Kawhi is arguably the best duo in the league when healthy, arguably. But they're never healthy.
Yeah, and I figured that at least one of them might be healthy for a long enough stretch for them to claw their way into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think they're one of those teams that they definitely need those two players to be healthy in order to make any noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, but okay, so we agree. I'm thinking one of them will drag them to the 8th slot.
Yeah,
because they both won't be healthy. I totally agree with you. One of them will be one. I think each one of them are good enough to drag the Clippers to the 8th slot. That's how good I think they are as individuals. But the duo, yeah. Mm-mm.
Who you have at 9?
Well,
I got Anthony. I got the Wolves.
Timberwolves. Oh, okay.
With the plethora of young talent that we see in the previous ones with the Kings and the Thunder, it just shows you how bad Minnesota management is. They don't surround this guy with more talent. They don't care in Minnesota. So it's like it's whatever him and Carl Anthony does. Nickeil Alexander maybe with some help. I mean, with some lineage and relations to Shea, but I don't know if it's enough. And what Naz Reid, Shake Milton, like it's just a horrible assembled team. But that kid stands out. And Anthony Edwards is just that special. He needs to get off the team. But I think he has enough wherewithal. I mean, did I forget Slow Mo too? So they do have some other talent that I guess you want to. It's just so bad. Just enough for them to bring up, towards the back end and make that 9 slot. Because I think he's just that talented. That's them at 9 is a testament actually to Anthony Edwards. I mean, technically this team should be blown up.
I agree. P, you got the Mavs at 9.
Wanted them.
Bro, they have Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic on the same team. I don't see how. Honestly, I think they should be a playoff top 8, top 7 team. But I saw what happened last year, so that's why they're 9. I would put them higher if I didn't see what happened. But and I understand the deficiencies on defense. I do like to pick up from the kid from Duke, Derek Lively.
Yeah,
I think he has the potential to be like a Tyson Chandler type. So I think that will make them a better defensive team because he'll be a good rim protector. So,
nice dunks. I see him dunk, man.
Yeah, he runs to the rim, he dunks, he blocks shots. He's tall.
Grant Williams should give him some type of defense, though.
Yeah, Grant Williams. Yeah, so again, I'm a Kyrie Luka guy. Those are my guys. I just, it doesn't. I can't fathom missing the play-in playoffs again.
I got the Grizzlies at 9. I think they stumble out of the gate dealing with this Morant stuff, and always being asked about Morant. But they do find their footing and find a way to get into the playoffs. And then they become a dangerous team, especially if Morant comes back healthy and motivated. Finally, at the 10th spot, Hill, you got the Grizzlies?
In full disclosure, I had him at 10 and I forgot he's suspended, dog.
Wow.
10 on sheer talent.
But they have like the same record with or without. It's crazy, but
not this time. It ain't gonna happen this time. That's a bad squad. That's a bad. And listen, I should actually go. Listen, I should take the Warriors and Grizzlies out of here and Wolves out of here. I feel more comfortable putting the Mavs and the Rockets in there. To be fair.
Oh, the Rockets is a stretch.
No.
The Rockets is a stretch.
People say I'm stretching it with the Spurs. Because the Spurs gonna win 20 games.
At least the Spurs, I know they have, like, in my opinion, generational talent. So I because I'm looking
they
at
have a structure for success.
Right, they have a coach. Houston.
Houston.
Okay.
Someone would say. I mean, the Grizzlies. I laugh. They're gonna miss Dylan Brooks. They're gonna miss Dylan Brooks.
Marcus Smart.
Garbage. Derrick Rose, garbage. Marcus Smart, garbage.
No, what I'm saying, Marcus Smart and Dylan Brooks is the same guy.
John Morant, and then some would be wrong. They're just bad. That's a bad spot. Listen, thank you. I forgot he's out, what, 25 games?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
25 games.
So bad. I had him there playing the whole season. That's the bad squad.
Tell them how you really feel.
Okay.
And they lost. And here's the funny thing: they lost Tyus Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Think he's gone?
Yeah, where is he? I saw him pop up on some team. I forgot. Like, I didn't even know.
Tyus is. Is he a Wolf? No. I think it's on the East Coast.
Ooh, Wizards.
Wizards.
Oh boy.
P, you got the Wolves at the 10th spot.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. It was by default. I didn't have the stones to pick the Spurs, and I told you that I don't have any hope for Zion at this point. Not a Rudy Gobert guy, not a Cat guy. Anthony Edwards, get out of there as soon as possible.
Yeah. I think I put them at this spot because of Anthony Edwards. His play in the FIBA World Cup kind of started changing my mind about some of the things I've thought about him. I think he's starting to take that step to be the type of player he has the potential to be, which is a superstar talent. So I think somehow, some way, he's able to claw this team to the final playoff spot. And fellas, that's our Western Conference right there for all of us. Hey guys, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think of our Western Conference picks. Do you agree with our Western Conference picks? Do you agree with some of the teams that were left off? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, what's on the radar?
What? Tuesday. I thought the opening night was actually Wednesday, so I'm even happy that I was. It starts Tuesday, a day earlier than I thought. So, yeah, live stream. You already know. YouTube, we in there.
Yes, sir. Hill, what's on the radar, man?
Prayers every night for peace on earth. Everything going on in the Middle East, but more so, apologize. I'll say it right now. My apologies. Coinciding with that, Wemby doesn't get hurt. Word is that a group of people have some tickets to see that guy live. So I pray for peace on earth, but just as much I pray Wemby doesn't get hurt. I'm sorry, people. I have to be fair.
Hey, at least don't get hurt before December.
Oh no, I need like 15 to 20 years of this.
Yeah.
The alien.
Definitely.
Heavily invested.
I think I'm with you guys. I'm all in. NBA season starts Tuesday. Live stream. Hey, YouTube, we there. Yeah, just can't wait. Can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait to see Wembanyama in person. We're gonna have something to show you guys our trip out there.
That's some footage.
You know what I mean?
We're not exactly
definitely.
Instagram guys, but you know.
What Scott?
See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
But we'll definitely take you guys on that journey with us. But yeah, definitely NBA. That's it.
Favorite time of the year.
Ready. Yes, sir. To all our fifths out there, God bless. Keep safe.
Peace.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.